Hi, welcome to Twitter's Funny channel. Today I am going to teach how to make the Crud application using Laravel and React front-end application. We are using the backend is Laravel, front-end is React. So here you can see we can add the record. So I am going to add the records of Peter. Address I am going to enter India. Mobile number you enter like this. Click register button. Now you can see here employee registered successfully. Here register employee will be here. You will be able to see here below, right? If you want to edit the record, click edit button. Editable record will be passed into the form successfully. If you make some changes, click update button. Registration updated. You can see at the same time the record has been updated and shown into the table. Perfect. Now if you want to delete the record, there is a button next to the edit. Click the delete. Employee delete successfully. Very simple. This is this professionally how to do this thread step by step. I'll be teach. How to install it. So how to install it in your machine is you have to go to the Laravel official website. Type on the Google Laravel. This is the official website. Click on here. It goes to the respective website. So this is the official website of Laravel, right? So what I'm going to do is here we have to type get started. Here you have to go to the installation. This is the installation. So you have to installation. What is the operation you have to select the particular operating system. So I have a Windows, so I just click on the Windows, right? So if you have click Windows, so here this is the documentation explain how to install the Laravel program into your Windows machine. So you can see here, right? So here this simple command here, right? Okay, before that you have to install the composer, right? How to install the composer you already studied, right? Okay, no problem. So I'm going to install via the composer. So here this is a composer. This is a simple way you have to create the composer. Create project. This is a predefined keywords, right? Laravel. Here you have to. This is you can change your name as your project, right? So I just copy this one. Control C to copy. I'm going to go to my E drive. This is my E drive. So I'm going to create the project, right? So E drive. I'm going to create the project. Project as here I'm going to create the project as school office. I'm going to create the office. Whatever, this is a folder. I'm going to create the folder which is office. So you can create any name of the folder. Now I just create the folder name as office. Here I'm going to inside the folder I'm going to create my projects, right? So you have inside the project bar you can see it's my if you open the folder you can get this address bar. You type here cmd. Here you have to copy here inside this folder I'm going to install my Laravel projects. Okay, so how to install this is the command which you are going to run in your machine. Copy it back to your cmd. Here copy paste it. You can see here this command. You will be able to here change your name of the app. I'm going to change the app as office app. Okay, press enter key on your keyboard. You have to wait until your projects get installed. Okay, here your Laravel 9 project it will be installed. This is the latest version of Laravel. You have to wait until the installation completed. Now your Laravel project has been installed successfully. Here created successfully. You have to get this success message. Info application. All the things are success. Okay. Okay. Here all things are success without any failure. Now if you go to your folder, you can see here inside the folder. Here there will be the inside the folder. There will be another folder created. Office app. This is the project name I have given. So instead of that, you can give this is the backend application Laravel. So you have to give as a office backend. Okay, this is the industrial experience. You have to call like this Laravel slash office backend. A backend. Okay, right. Now here this is a separate folder we have created. This is a backend. This all things are related to the backend operations. Okay, double click and open it. Here double click. Here have to type cmd. Here if you are not installed the view if you are not installed the VS Code editor, you must install the VS Code editor. Okay, Visual Code Editor, Visual Code. This is the full mean, Visual Code Editor. Okay, you have to go and download them and install your machine. This is a professional editor to write the PHP codes, right? Now let's back to our uh, now let's back to our project window, right? Okay, I already installed. After install, type come. You go to your project. Okay, this is your project folder. Double click and open it. Here inside the project, you can see here is a project directory, CMD. You have to open this all the folder into your VS Code editor. You just type on this command. If you type this command, code space dot, press enter key, this all your folder will be open on the VS Code editor, right here. Yes, the trust author, right? So all things are installed, open into your folder, right? Okay. Now we'll test it whether it's working fine or not. What I did here is here we have to close all command prompt. All things I open it, so I just close it all. Okay, right. We keep only one command prompt, right? This is installation, right? Okay, now here we have to run the application. You have to run it here, terminal. Here there will be the terminal window, new. You have to run here. Otherwise, here you have command prompt. Okay, here also, now you are in the office folder. Okay, now inside the office folder, how to run it? You have to go, you have to access this folder. How to access this folder? So type on this command, cd office app. Press enter key. Now you are in which folder? Inside this folder. Right now you will be able to run the command. This is the simple way you have run it. Okay, otherwise you will be run it here or here, the same thing, but I am running here. It's simple. Okay, so PHP artisan, you write PHP artisan serve. You write like this here. Press enter key. It generates all the ports and all. You will be running. Okay. Otherwise, if it is easy for you all, so you have to go here. You have to run it on here simply. Here, PHP artisan serve. Press enter key. Now here port is generated. I just copy this port, go here and paste it over here. Sorry, this is not this one. Okay, rid of these lines. Okay, this right now you can see whether it's working fine or not. Your Laravel application is working fine or not. Here it is success. Okay, this is the latest version. It's installed successfully. Right, perfect. After that, what you are going to do here is we have to make the simple form step by step. Let's see how to do the step by step. Right. Now what I'm going to do is here first I'm going to go to my, if you are not going to watch my blogs, tutors funny blog, you just go and watch it. My Laravel 9, you will be getting the updates. We have a, if you want to Laravel 8, you will be there will be the option Laravel 8. Here Laravel 9. Okay, you have a option here Laravel Crud. Okay, here let's go to read more. You can see here how to develop the Crud system. I will be step by step. I will be attach the video tutorial. You will be able to see. Okay, so the same thing. Here we have create the project. I already saw. After that, what you are going to do is after create the project, you have to configure the database. Okay, database configure is must. Okay, so you must install the XAMPP server in your machine. If you are not installed, you must install the XAMPP in your machine. Okay, you have to go to the XAMPP. Okay, this is the Apache. You have to install this one in your machine. Right, I already installed. After install, you have to open it up. So here this one, right? Here I already open it. I install and open the software right like this. Okay. After open, it will be start. You click these both buttons. Start. After that, it will be changed as stop. Okay. The port, all the things are generated successfully here. Okay. Then if this two ports are running success, your application is running, right? So after that, if it is running, you go to the simply you have to go to the localhost. You simply type on the address bar localhost / my php my type and enter. You are getting this screen. Now here this screen, I'm going to create a new database. New, simply you have to create the database here, office. Whatever name you can give the create the database. Okay, I have I just the example purpose I'm going to create as office. Right. My database has been created successfully. Then that is the things you have to do. After that, if the database creation successfully, you back to your Laravel project again here. Here now what I'm going to do is, now your server is running already. I just control C. Here is telling if you want to stop the server, it will be telling press control plus C to stop the server. So control key, hold on the control key down and press C on your keyboard. Your server is stopped. Now you will be able to, it will be allowed to type the command to create the uh, database and all, right? So now my database has been created successfully. Now I want to create the tables. So tables we have created in here. Here after create the database, what your the documentation said, change the env file. You have to give the name of the database, right? So the follow, you have to go through the project along with the documentation. Then only you have to learn, right? So where's the env file? Here is a env file. You click on the env file. What's the database you have created? You go and see Office. So back to your project. This is your project. You can see there will be the section which is a MySQL configuration section is there. DB connection, MySQL. This is the host. This is the port. This is the database name. Root. All the things are there. Here I'm going to change the DB database name as you have created the database name is Office. You already created Office. That's it. That's the thing you have to do. But that's the thing we have to do, right? You just save all, right? Now you have created the database, right? After that, after done the stuff, what you're going to do is go back to my document. It's simple. If you go through the documentation, our thing is simple. Right here, it's working. After that, you have a table creation. You create the database. What is the database have? Database have a tables, right? Database have a tables, right? So how to create the table? You can type this command: PHP artisan make migrate create your table name. Here I'm going to mention as students. You would create the table name. What is the table name here? Right now I just copy this one. Right, back to my project. Here, here I'm going to you have to paste it over here. Right, I'm going to change this one as a, instead of the students, I'm going to change as employees. Okay, your type is, don't forget this one, S is must, right? This is the professional way to get the step, right? If I type, it take too much of time to complete. That's why I just copy and paste it. Okay, don't think me as wrong. So here PHP, your type space artisan space make colon migration space create uh create here after the tables employee means a table name, whatever table name you can give here. Okay, this one only you have to change the name of the table. Okay, the other things are all the predefined uh, Laravel keywords, right? You don't change this one, this all the things, it never work. Only you have to change it, you have to give the table name only, right? After that, press enter key. Now you can see created migration. Now if you get this info command, your table has been created. Migrated means your table has been created. Okay, we can find that. Go and see where's your database folder. Inside the database folder, we have a tables, employee tables. You click and drag it. If you click this arrow here, you can see here there will be the four different folder, three different folders are there. Okay, factories, migration seeders. You go inside the migration folder. Inside the migration folder, we have a create employee table. Click on this. Right. Click on here. You can see this is the auto-generated ID and times. This is defaultly created. If you are type this command, php my artisan migrate create employee table. This is a default table. It has been created in Laravel. Here you have to, yeah, here you have to declare your table fields. What are the fields you need? Okay, so right. So how to define the table fields? So here simply I have typed this one. I'm going to type all things as string. So you type this all things, right? So I just copy and paste it over here. Okay, right? So how to type and sign table. Okay, table. Name is a string, data type string. So this is not a arrow. This is you have double single quotation. You type the single quotation like this, right? This is, it will be generate this one. This is not this one, single quotation. After that, you have typed like this. Okay, if you want to type and show you here, sign table, it will be here arrow key, arrow string. Okay, you have to write the address. Second thing is address. The address. Employee name, so address and mobile. Okay, mobile also I have to paste it. Okay, this is three columns are there, right? This all are single quotation. Okay, right. Okay, right. Now we have created three columns, right? Along with the ID. ID will be the auto increment, right? Okay. So you can see the up function and down function. These are there. If you have to drop the table, you have to call the drop function, right? So here I'm going to create a table. So this one. Okay, so how to create the table? If you are type table never created, okay, we have to run the migrate command. So how to run the migrate command? Here every step is there. Okay, here table creation. How to type the migrate command? Here type PHP artisan migrate. Your table has been created. So here type PHP artisan migrate. Press enter key. You can see here table is creating. Okay, here employee here creating. Now you go and check in your database table whether it's creating or not. Here at the moment is no table is found, and at the moment only your database is name is there, but inside your database nothing. It's an empty database you have. Now you have created. Now if you refresh it and check here, now you have this following table has been created. Okay, here employees, all the things are created, but it's empty. Right. Now what I'm going to do is this, all the things are created successfully. Now back to my documentation. Now I'm going to create a controller. Okay, now we have created the database and table. After that we have to controller. Okay, so first we have to create a controller. How to create a controller? You have to run this command php artisan make controller. Here at the first time how to create the migration part, the same thing. Okay, if you have learned this one, the same thing you have to php right here php artisan make migration created, the same thing. You have to change as php artisan make. This time we have to write a controller. How to create the controller? php artisan make colon controller name. You have to resources. Okay, at this time we no need the resources keyword, right? Resources mean we no need to I'm not going to only we have to view the records only. I'm telling. So I'm going. This time I'm not doing. So here just copy this. I don't want the restful resource controller. I need a simple controller. Okay. So I just copy this one. PHP artisan make controller, only the controller name. So here let's back here. Paste it over here. Here I'm going to get the controller. Which controller I'm going to create it? Okay, which table I'm going to create? Employee table. So based on the employee table, you have to create a controller as an employee controller. Press enter key. Now you can see the success message. Your employee controller has been created successfully. That's it. Okay, PHP artisan make controller. Right. This is not resource controller mean it is generated the complete CRUD. Okay, so here it's a basic. We will do it in later on. Okay, how to create a RESTful controller, resources controller. Now you learn without resource controller. Okay, you have to be a employee. Okay, so empty controller has been created. You can check whether controller has been created or not. Go to the app folder, and inside the app folder there will be the folder which is a HTTP folder. Inside the HTTP folder there will be the folder which is a controllers folder. Inside the controller folder there will be the page name which is a employee controller.php. Right, if you click on this one, you can see here. Right, it's an empty page. Right. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is, okay, if it is a resource controller, it will be generate all the methods, right? Here functions. So here this empty controller, it will be empty, right? We want to generate it. Okay, don't worry about that. We'll see how to generate, right? So here the same command, the index function will be run. We copy this one, index function, paste it over here. How to create the function? PH public function Intex, this is intex function I have created. You can give name whatever you want. Okay, I give the intex. It's a professional one. Public function index, start the function and close the function. Here I'm going to load the data from the database. We have to load the data from the database, right? So how to load the database data from the database? You have to give here as right here. What's the table you have to create? Context table, employees table you have to create, right? So what I'm going to do is after that we have to create the models, right? So how to create the model? Before that we have to create the models. Okay, it's a model. The model command create is this one. PHP artisan, the same thing. PHP artisan controller, this controller, controller name. Okay. If it is a model, PHP artisan make model, this is a model name. Model name is, copy this one. Simply paste it over here. Sorry, not control. This one, copy it, paste it over here. Here we have to change this one as employee. Press enter key. Yeah, employee model has been created. You can check here the model, inside the model. Employee models, they are here. Here I'm going to create all the fields. Right before the controller creation, you have to, because the data is coming from the database via the models. So first you have to, after controller has been created, okay, after that you have to go to and create the models, right? Okay, so models. So how to create the models? What are the fields are there? All things I have mentioned. So here the simple way. This all things I have written. You just copy it, you have paste it. Okay, don't worry. This all the source code I provide you, but you have to understand the step-by-step process. This is how the model view architecture in PHP works, right? So the table, what's the table you have created? You have to mention table's name. What's the table name? You have to create the table name. What's the table name? Employees is a table name. You have to create the employees. It has ID primary. You can see the primary ID. You have to go to the structure. You can see the primary ID is a primary is set. These are the fields. Okay, this is created by the Laravel. We don't need them. These fields: name, address, mobile. So here name, copy this one. Name, address, there, mobile. Three things I have already I give. Okay, these three. Okay, things are there. So here, what's the fields are we giving? Okay, ID, name, address, mobile. Right, perfect. Perfect. This is the thing we have to do. Right. Your model has been created successfully. Right. Let's save out. Right. The model has been created successfully here. You can see here the table or the table values you are passing. Right. So name, address, and mobile. Right. Now let's back to our controller. Controller is reside on the HTTP controllers employee controller. Getting the data, this all the data, right? Here we don't have any data yet. Okay, if the data is available, all the data, it will be loaded coming to model and loaded to the controller. So how to load the controller? We have to change this one as a employees. Employees. What's the model name? Employee. So model name employee. If you type all the data, this all the data will be loaded and passing to here, and it is passing this variable. This variable you are call it as a JSON format. So this one is a return view. We don't need this one. Instead of that, you type this one as a JSON format, right? JSON format. You have to write it as a JSON form. This is a format. You write like this: return response arrow JSON context. Sorry, employees. Okay, this all the employee information is loaded and passing the controller. Here it is assigning this variable. This variable assigning here. It's loaded as a JSON format. This is the things we have to write. Perfect. Okay, now this one, after that we have to study with the routes. Okay, now here we have done the models part and controllers part. Now we have to do the resources part, not the views. It's we have to do the routes part. Inside the routes, if you type the particular URL, how it works, right? In our, we already done the Laravel Crud system using web API. So this, sorry, web.php. Here we have to connect with the routes. Instead of that, this is the API access. So go to the file which is the api.php. Okay, this all the things are maintained by the same file. We have to write like this. The same thing you have to write in the API. Okay, right? Wait, I'll tell you. Explain. Don't worry about that. The same thing, right? Okay. These three things I have put it right. So here, first you have to mention your route is where. Sorry, your controller is where. It resides on the app folder. Use app folder inside the HTTP controllers. Your what is the controller name? Employee controller. You have to mention where your controller is reside. After that, you have to give the path. Okay, so routes is a get request. We have to get the data from the database. So it's a get request. Okay, so get request. You have to type employee. If you type employee, type employees. You type employees. I have to bring the data. If you type employees, it goes to the controller. You have to give the path. App inside the app. HTTP controller. What is the controller? Contact controller. This is a contact controller. Class. It is access the action method inside the employee controller. It's not a contact controller. Employee controller. So employee controller. It has an action method which is the index. You can go and check. This is employee controller. It has an action method which is the index action method. Okay, if you are calling the index action method of the employee controller. Okay, it's coming here. It's load the data from the model and passing the variable. This variable passing here, it's load the data. This is how it's the RESTful API works. Okay, right? That is the things we have to do it. Okay, right. Okay, so here first you have to give the path of the controller. So your path you have to give here as well. If you have typed the URL like this, employees, you are passing the information like this. Right. Now let's check whether it's working fine or not. Right. Now this goes to the, you have to run the Laravel project again. We have to run it. You have to run the page partition. So to run the project. It's running now here. This port you have to copy this one. Go here, run it over here. Now it's running. Now slash your type employees. Press enter key. Now what? So sorry, not employees. API slash employees. Employee the models app HTTP controllers app not found. Right. So okay. If the errors come, you have to understand that. What is the thing is we have to what you are telling class app employee not found means the model is not found. Okay, your model you have to get if you have called the model but the path we didn't give. So how to give the path? Your model is reside on the app. Inside the app, there is the models here employee. So you write use amp slash models slash your employee. That's it. That's how you have to give the models. Save all. Now it will be wise right. You are the not this slash, not this slash. Perfect. That's it. Now let's now if you type employees now here it's blank. Why it's blank? So if you go here and check there is no data is there. Now let's set the data, some data. Insert, go insert some name. John, address, India, mobile number something. Dummy mobile number you have to give. Peter, address USA, add some mobile number. Go. Now we have two data, right? You have to go to the browse button. You have two data, right? Now if you go here, where's the API? Here's the API. If you refresh it, now here have a John, and now the API is working successfully. You can see the API is working successfully here. It's working successfully. The API is working successfully. We complete the backend part. Now I'm going to go to connect with the front end part, which is a React with Laravel. So here, how to install the React app? You just go to the Google and type React get started. Just type get started. You can have this one here, create a new React app. You click on this one here where you can install the, you can get the command. This is the command npx create react app my app. So here I'm going to create the new app. Here I'm going to create this one as a just copy this one command. I'm going to go to get the notepad. I have to paste them and I'm going to name it as my app. I'm going to name it as front front. That's it. Simply I'll change it, copy it. Let's go to my folder here. Type this is my folder, right? So here I have already done the backend. Now I'm going to install the front end. CMD. Press here. Here also you can change the name. I already changed the name. I just copy and paste the notepad and change the name. And press enter key. You have to wait until the React process installation completed. Now you can see here React app installed successfully. You can see happy hacking here. Now here you have to, how to you have to access the folder. You have to go inside this folder. You can go double click the folder and go here. Otherwise you have a single command. That's it. Simple. Here cd front end. You type and press enter key. Now you go inside this folder, front end folder. Now this all the project I am going to open on the VS Code editor. How to open on the VS Code editor? You have to type by this command code space dot and press enter key. This all your entire project is open up into the VS Code editor. Right now here click yes. Right. This is your project. Right. Now if you want to run this project, you have to type the command npm start run. You type this one. Other you can type npm start. It will be running. Okay, it's simple. You can go to the package.json. Here you can see here start build. These are the commands here. Start. If you start the app, npm start, npm build. These are there are many commands are there. The debug, right? You can go and check it. The debug. Now here you can see here your project is startup over here. Now you can see here my React app welcome screen is loaded successfully. Now what I'm going to, I'm back to my project again. This is my project. Now I'm going to go to the src folder. Here src folder in my React application, you can see this is the folder structure. This is the main file. Public inside the public.html index.html, right? This is the main file. Here this is app root. This is a root. Here the React is a single page application, right? Okay, here where our application is loaded, right? Root. Okay. After that we have important the folder, this one app, right? App. Okay, here write a app folder. Now here, now first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the src folder. I'm going to create the new folder. Right click, new folder. Here I'm going to create a folder which name is components. Here I'm going to create all the files. First I'm going to create the file here as student, right? Student.js. Here I'm going to make the application here, right? So here I'm going to make the application. So this application you have to give the link over here at .js. Right now here I'm going to this all the things I'm going to remove it. So you don't need them. This all the things we don't need them. Okay. So here this is the main file app.js. Right here we are inside the div. I'm going to link this student.js. So how to link it? So write student. You have to write link it like this. Right now here. Now if you type anything is here loaded. So app.js the same thing. I just copy it, paste inside the student. Right. So here this one you have to change it as student. This function you have to change it as student. Okay, so this one you have to export it outside as student. This is a basic thing you have to do it. Right now here You can test it whether it's working fine or not. H1, you have type something like that over here. File save all. Now let's check them. Student is not defined, right? The problem is here. What the here is here, the student is not defined is here. Click on here. You have to student is not defined. So the problem is, see, within this one. So I just do it. Right. Now here first you have to type the command. Here we have to this is the app.js. We have to tell them where your student.js file is resided. So you have to write the command here, import. You have to write import, which name is student. The file name is student. Type student from you have to give the path where is there. It is now you are in here, right? App.js. Now here dot slash component you have to spelling mistake, components slash your file name, right? Here where it will reside. You have to give the path. Now save all. Here now it's working, right? That's the thing we have to tell them, right? Perfect, right? It's perfect, right? Now after done the stuff, what I'm going to do is another stuff. We have to install the Boost. Now here we export the students. Now here what I'm going to do is the student, I'm going to change it as an employee. By mistake, I am typing the front end as student. This is the employee. In our backend, we have typed the employee details. So here also so employee. This also we have to get the employee function. This is employee. Right, export. Perfect. Now this one also we have to app also you have to change as employee. Right, perfect. Right, this one also the employee. Student we have to change it as everything employee. This component you have to call it. Right. Now let's save all and check back. Yeah, it's working perfectly well. Right. Now what I'm going to do is, now here I'm going to add the text input fields. So go here, I'm going to type bootstrap form. Here we have to type bootstrap form. Here you can get the bootstrap form over here. The simple look, you have to copy it. Copy it, paste it over here. Let's press tab key and align. Now here and get rid of these two text fields. Okay, keep one. This one also we no needed. We have to remove them. Here, this one label. You have to change this one as a only name. You have to write employee name like this. Employee name. This input. This one text. This one should be the name. ID you have to change as name. We no need them. This one placeholder name. Enter name. Now here you have to start. You have to close the tab. Then only they are going right. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is here in React we have to do it trash. In input box we have to store the values. So we have to write, in order to store the values, if you enter the relevant things, so you have to write like this value. Okay, if you are type, if I'm going to type and explain, take too much of time to complete this one, so that I have typed this one value. What is there? Right here, value equal name. Naming, I have the text box field, I have named it as name. On change event, here we have to create the method, the state. This is the state we have created, set name. Okay, so what I did here is, what is the name you are type on this text field? If you have, when you fill the form, you have type the name. This name will be passed into this value, right? It will be setting into the set name, right? So this all things we will create. Okay, don't worry about that, right? Now same thing I have to do. Second one field is should be address. Here we have changed as address. 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 Same thing, Control C to copy, Control V to paste here. This one should be phone. This one should be phone. Phone. Right, not phone. We have changed this to mobile. We have in our backend we have given as mobile. Sorry, mobile. Whatever name you are given your backend in your Laravel, you have given like this. Okay, if you have any problem, you have to go and Laravel and check it. This is your Laravel. You can check it what is the name you are given. Okay, here Laravel with the model, you check them. You are given as mobile address, right? This is the name you have given, right? You have double check with your front end, back end, okay? Right? So here also, this one is the set address, set mobile, right? Perfect. Now we have to create the states, right? State you have to create over here. First, what you are going to do is here, I'm going to install the Axios. So how to install the Axios? You have to go to the your project. This is your front end folder. Go here, type npm I Axios. It will be communicate to your RESTful API. So you have to import this one. This is helpful to communicate your RESTful API. So that you have to import this one. But it will be installed here. Right. After install the things, we have to import them. So here I have this all the function. I have to paste it over here because it takes too much of time to complete it. So that I have put it here. Registration update. So here we have to write first one should be there. Here this is a function employee function. Inside the function we have create the states id, name, address, mobile. We have to manage the states, right? So how to create the states? So we have to here these are the methods you have created: set id, set name, set address, set mobile. These all the methods we have to create as a state. Set name, set address, set mobile uses we have to create a state. So use effects. Okay. So after that, what you're going to do is you have to create a function. Okay. So function load. So write result avoid get all the employee details. So you have to get this API. So you have to copy this API, paste into here. This is records, right? So what you're going to do is set users result data. So here you get all the set data, right? So here we have to console, we have to come in the data. So here if you have to here you can see this data, this all the data I want to pass into the table. So table also I going to done it this table. Okay, this is a bootstrap table. Okay, so here you are just copy and paste the bootstrap table right over here, right? So here what I did here is this same thing. Okay, here we have to do it, right? So table tag you have to close it, right? So here what I did here is here after that we have to create the four fields: employee id, employee name, address, and mobile. After the option is a delete and uh, edit, right? So after that we have to users map. This one, this is for the this one I created here. Okay, this state will which will be fetching the record from the database. Fetching the record from the database, we have to create this one. Users set users, right? Right. So what I did here is your user map function. You have to write the function here as employees. Employee. You have to say the function employee. This function you have to paste it over. You have to change it. This one is all the employee. So you have to name unique name you have given. Right. This is all the employee. So you have to create users map function. You have to write. You have to create this one also users instead of employees. Right. So you have to create the names. Okay. Name spelling. Change the spelling. Names. Okay. Use employees. Okay. Employees. Right. So let's save all and check it. employees not defined. So the problem is the employee not defined mean here this one you have changed as employees. Users not defined, right? Users, right? Users mean here this is a users, or all the users you have to change it as a employees. Right, perfect. Right now you have to give the unique name, then only we will be able to identify by the name is important. 62 and 60 line 62. We have to change the things as here. This is also you not uses employees length. Here also 60 line 60 84. You have to find your type users. I'm going to all the users and change as right here this one. Here also you have to change it as employees. Perfect. Now let's go here and check it. Another one here as we are the users. Here also users. Employees. Right, perfect. Now it's working fine, right? Now here you can see here you have to give the professional name. That will be the must. Okay, so here this one you have to create plural. We have to make it as singular. So here employee map mean we have to get all the employee details, right? So we have to employees map. So here we have to create the singular employee ID, employee name, employee address, employee mode. These records are coming from where? The API. This API. Name, address, mobile, these things. So you have to write these things: ID, name, address, right? So here we have to write that edit employee. You have to pass this complete entire this all the records will be you have to put it here. Delete employee, delete. How to delete the record? Get the employee ID and delete the entire row. So we have to write the ID, get the ID. Okay, right. Now let's see one by one. After that, you are given here. Here if when the function is loaded, it goes to this particular URL and set users. This is set users. You are given here. Okay, set users given to employees. Here when this loaded employees, the employees will be passed it over here. All the records are there in the employees. Employee will be employee function. You will make it as given to the plural here, singular here. This is a plural. This is singular verb. It will be getting the employee object reside all the properties ID, name, address, and mobile. You are get one by one employee ID, employee name, employee address, employee mobile. You are passing one by one. That's how we have to load the table. Here, this record will be loaded here table. It has a edit and delete button as well. Right. Now I'm going to add the records. Right. This one I already explained. When you type the name, address, mobile, name, employee name, here write here employee name, address, mobile, employee address. After that mobile, it will be storing in this text field. After that click register button, what happen is it goes to the on click save method. Save method here, this is save method. It goes to save method, the save method, right? You have to declare the event. Then only the event will be working. Event prevent default, right? After try, you have to write avoid as the this is the post. You have to write the request here, save method. Let's go to the API save. What are the records? You have to give a go here. Name, address, mobile. These three things are go here and add the records into the database. Right here, alert display employee registration successfully. After that, clear all the fields and load again the table. Right. After that, edit the record. When you click edit, this entire object will be passing here. Here. And you have to entire object will be passed. What to do is here click edit button, all the raw records will be passing for the form for edit. So your pass set the form. Okay, set name, set address, mobile, employee name, address, mobile. You have set all the fields along with the ID. Right. After what I'm going to do is, after set all things, after make the changes, you have to make the changes something. Click update button. You have update button. Registration updated. Now you can see the updated will be here. It will be displayed. So here you can see here. It goes to the respective API update. Get the employees find UID mean get the employee ID. Okay. Here it has a, if the employee ID is coming here, the employee ID, this ID you have a, you can write employee ID find. You can have, you have to write like this, right, like a lambda expression, right? Okay, so here uh, uid id you have to write like this. If the id is available, it will be displayed. Okay, right, you have to write like this and get the id. After that, you have to pass all the records along with the id. Registration updated. That's it. After that, clear all the fields. After that, what I'm going to do is, when you click, if you want to delete the record, okay, so I'm going to add another record, James, something like the mobile. Click registration. So now I'm going to delete the record. If you click delete, employee deleted successfully. Now you can see here. After that, we have to delete the record. Click the delete button. Click the delete button. What happens is, it is get the ID. Get the ID and delete the record. So we have a object employee. It has a property ID. When you click the button, it goes to the respective method, which is a delete employee. So where's the method is, we have written over here. We have written the method delete employee. Here it goes to the delete. It goes to the delete API here. Okay, API delete. Get the ID. What's the ID is coming here? This ID. Okay. Go to the delete API. Get the ID and record as we deleted. We are get the alert employee deleted. Right. So this is how we have do the things. Right. Very simple. After that, we have to call the load function. Load function means this is the table load. It will be refreshing. That's how the things is work. Okay. This is how we have do the CRUD operation. Uh, Save, update, and delete, and view records on API request. Right? Very simple. This is all the source code I provide in my website. Don't worry, you will be able to get them. Right here, you can see here if employee length less than or equals 0. Right here, you can see the employees mean when you load the table here. When the table is loaded, this particular thing is state is loaded. So if there is any null record is null, it's not loaded. Okay, so that's why we check if it is null or not. Right, that's how we are working the API. We are using Laravel and React. If you have any doubt, you can ask me anytime. Thank you for watching.